This is my 1998 Toyota Landcruiser, and a couple months ago it was sitting in a barn untouched for 6 years. Since then we have rescued it from its farm, driven it 400 kilometers home, fixed a lot of its issues, and given it some little modifications. Welcome back to another Land Cruise episode. Today we're getting it ready for its longest road trip since we actually got it back from the farm. But today is no ordinary episode. We are modifying the car, setting it up for camping, and taking it to one of Australia's most famous tracks, the Bridle Track.
Noah just hit a kangaroo. That's a neutral.
Currently the back of this thing is just an absolute dump site. We've put tools, we've put spare parts, we've put everything in the back of it we need for it. But now is time to actually clean it up and get it ready to go. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. One of the biggest letdowns of this car is probably its interior. The condition of it is really rough, so we want to kind of revamp everything. We've got some drawers to go in the back, we've got a fridge, we've got new front seat covers that match, and we've also got a new dash cam to install, which is going to be pretty cool for a long adventure. Everything we've been doing on this car and adding to it has been on a very tight budget to show you guys that you can build your dream car on a budget just like me. Well, another thing we absolutely have to do this car is an oil change, and before we go on this long drive, because its only oil change has been the one that we did at the farm. We've got a 10 litre thing of 10W50, and we're also going to do a filter as well, and we're going to do it really quick because we're blocking someone's driveway. Because the Land Cruiser has almost 360,000 Ks, we figured it's best to put a thicker oil in and do another oil change before a long trip, because it's very likely that it's burnt a bunch of it. And if you take good care of these engines, they will last forever. Being the complete idiot that I am, I dropped my entire phone in the old bucket of oil, so I'm very surprised it still works currently. As you can see, we've got all the new camping stuff, a dash cam, some brighter high beam LEDs, a fridge, some new matching seat covers, and of course a power pack to power the fridge when you're not driving. And we're here with my dad, who helped rescue the car from the shed that it was abandoned in. The journey with this Land Cruiser has made for some of the best memories. Being able to take on this project with my family and some of my best mates has been absolutely amazing, and it makes the outcome of this project so much more rewarding. But enough reminiscing, let's get into actually modifying it.
I'm not quite sure, it might be upside down actually, but that's all right.
The first step was to install these twin drawers in order to put the fridge and mount everything onto.
We have to pull the drawers out to get access to the bottom, adjust the sliders, and then mount it into the car. We just need to figure out where these infills go in too, because I want them to line up properly. Alright, we're getting there. We've got the drawers mostly in, we just need to secure them down properly.
And just like that, we have the Twin Kings drawers installed and ready to use and mount the fridge to.
Here we have the big power supply that should power the fridge for about 10 hours. And also any other devices that we want to use.
None of this Kings stuff was free or sponsored. I paid for it all myself. Obviously you can pay a premium and get better quality stuff from better brands, but this was all we needed for now.
Now we have the fridge, and this should be pretty easy.
Honestly, I was actually very surprised the 12-volt socket worked in the back of the car, because there's a lot of electronics in this that just didn't work.
It's even got a little USB charger. Dad's got a solution. Just tied these old boat straps together, and they hold pretty tight. Once we have them on the back too, it'll be firm in place. So as you can see, it's all properly mounted. It's not going to go sliding anywhere, and we can actually roll it back in and lock it into place. And we have help from a car woman. Alright, so now we can install the VIOFO Dashcam. This is a 4K dashcam, should capture pretty much everything we need it to. We've only got a front one here, and you can actually hardwire it into the car, but for now we're just going to keep it not hardwired in. This looks easy. You get the full ASMR unboxing experience.
Wow.
There you go. Pretty solid.
Having a dash cam in any car these days is extremely essential, especially when you go on a lot of long drives or adventures.
There we go, English or Spanish?
The dashcam also records in 4K and allows us to capture some pretty cool moments of any trip we go on.
There we go, it's all done. Do you approve, Charlotte?
Yeah. looks good.
I don't know what to say. You put me on the spot. All right, now
cover.
we've got the seat covers to do. These are like the cheapest possible Kings ones you can get. I think they were 39 bucks for 2. So they're gonna replace the single one that I have on the front. They should be easy to install, but we'll find out. All right, this should be a 5-minute job, but
should be, but it's Liam.
yeah, it's me. Actually a master mechanic, you just don't realise.
I don't know if I believe it.
Don't know if you believe it.
I don't know.
Can you see I've fully restored this car mode?
Fully restored it.
Hey, the seatbelt.
Yeah.
The seatbelt is now officially, although before it was officially fixed, it is now officially fixed.
No more lies.
No more lies.
No more lies. I mean, there's plenty of rust though. What about this fender over here? This one looks like a really good fix.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry. I can't see.
That's not rust, that's just a bit of paint.
The paint's just, you know, flaking.
Now all we need is a JBL and some 30 watts.
Why are they so stringy?
Because they're cheap.
Wow, you're a really good mechanic.
Look at that. Yeah.
Can you work on my cars?
Yeah, but I charge like 150 an hour.
Really?
So,
That's a pretty good price.
I know, but I try to be flexible, you know, but
I get you.
I don't have a lot of customers at the moment, so I just got to build up
Why
my
not?
reputation.
I thought you were a professional.
Yeah, by trade, but not.
Oh, okay.
No one knows that yet. The woman is cleaning.
I'm locking in.
The seatbelt thing is so disgusting. She's using a
Sewing needle.
sewing needle.
I need a toothbrush. Do you have your one that you brush your teeth with?
Yeah, you can use that.
Yeah.
Now that we have the seat covers installed, we can move on to putting some brighter LED high beams in the front headlights.
So AUXITO have actually sent us these even brighter LED bulbs for our high beams for the Landcruiser. So for when we're actually doing some long distance night driving and the roads are empty, these will be absolutely perfect. They are a lot brighter than the old ones and they are super high quality. They have their own cooling system basically with a fan in them, so they do not go overheat or anything. So if you want to cop these, there is a link and a code in the description. All right, we are officially packed and ready. It is like 5 o'clock at night today and we are going to Bathurst. We've got a 3 and a bit hour drive to Bathurst and then on the bridle track, and then we have to find somewhere to camp. So I hope this thing is going to make it. We've got spare coolant because we found a minor coolant leak yesterday when we did the oil, but let's pray that doesn't cause an issue.
And now that all the mini modifications are completed, we now begin the most exciting part of any four-wheel drive ownership, the journey and the off-roading.
We are back with the boys. We've got Braden in his Prado, Noah in his GU, and we're headed to Bathurst. Everything packed. This is Noah's setup. Pretty much like mine, but just the better version. Yeah, just the better version, that's what I said. We'll get there eventually, or one day. Some final words before you overheat in that Prado?
Brother, she's running fine.
For now.
Now the biggest question, was our rusty old Landcruiser going to make it the 500-kilometer round trip, or will it break down like last time?
Well, all the rigs successfully made it to Bathurst. We're in Bathurst Town Centre. Now we gotta get snacks and food and actually hit the trail. It is like 10 o'clock already.
The track entrance was a further 45 minutes outside of Bathurst. But although the bridle track itself isn't a very difficult track, there are a lot of sharp turns and a lot of dust when you're in a convoy, which can make visibility at night pretty hard, which leads to one of the biggest issues with driving country and bush roads in Australia, the animals.
So Noah just hit a kangaroo. It's stuck. Oh, the poor thing is stuck under his car. Oh. This thing is proper stuck under his car. Maybe try reversing.
Unfortunately, this is a very common occurrence in Australia and part of the biggest reason why you need a bull bar. But unfortunately, this is just inevitable on a lot of long trips, and kangaroos are considered a pest in most of Australia.
You're lucky you have a bull bar.
Kangaroo.
And then unfortunately, his legs kind of caught in the front axle.
He was pretty stuck under Noah's car, so we had to dislodge him and put him to the side of the road. Unfortunately, the best thing to do when faced with an animal on the road is to hit it at normal speed, not swerve or brake suddenly.
There's that many like mozzies and bugs out here. It's insane.
God.
Holy shit. Yeah. Alright, we still got like a 50-minute drive ahead of us.
Despite all this driving, we were still not at the entrance. And about 10 minutes later, we had another unfortunate encounter with a kangaroo.
Alright, we are stopped again because Noah has hit the second kangaroo. This one was tiny though, but the thing was fine, it jumped off, so that's good at least. This is why you need a bull bar in Australia if you do any kind of trips like this, because these things are just, they're not necessarily pests, but they kind of are at the same time. They're everywhere and they're all along this track, so 2 is not bad. So we've made it to the entrance of the bridle track. As you can see, it's there. That is the entrance. It is so dusty right now.
Since by now it was almost midnight, the challenge was to find a campsite that wasn't completely full of people. And as you can see, the further along you go, the higher you climb, the thinner the roads get and the dustier and harder it is to see.
We have arrived. It is now midnight. Can't even see the campsite. You can see how dusty my car is. Holy crap. I left the windows open too. I've got to set up. And then we're going to hit the hay.
But because we had arrived in the middle of the night, we didn't realize just how beautiful the spot we had decided to camp out was.
It is now Sunday morning and this place is absolutely beautiful, but it's still just perfect weather. The men being fed.
Please, just a crumb. I need $1.
These filthy specimens at work. Proper men at work right here.
I need a VB after this. Move.
We are packing up. I'm packing up this. Noah's packed up his tent. We're going to move to another site. These two are going home with no reception, so let's hope they make it. Noah and I are going to find another cool campsite for the night. See where this trail leads.
And what we didn't know at the time was that the drive out the next day was about to be one of the most stunning roads we had ever driven.
They're off in the Prado. Will it make it?
I hope not.
You hope not.
I hope not.
You hope to be left stranded.
Not quite.
At least it's not misfiring. So we may have fixed the misfire on his car by plugging in a spark lead properly. It seemed to be unplugged, but we haven't run it for that long, so we're not sure. He will find out and let us know. Will it drive? That is the big question. Not moving?
No, that's in neutral.
It seems the mighty Prado has a bit of difficulties going from high to low range.
What was that? That's in neutral.
What's happened to it?
What did you do to it, Liam?
I didn't fucking do anything. You can't drive with center diff locks on.
If it won't go down, just leave it.
No, it doesn't drive.
It's in neutral. Oh, f me, bro.
That can't be neutral.
And even after a bit of persuasion, it still did not want to drive.
Alright, he managed to get it into
I've got it.
5.
Yeah.
Let's see if it moves. Holy crap. It moved. There is something seriously wrong with that transfer case. Do not shift it out of high.
That motherfucker got
Only use low on the gearbox, and if it makes a noise, don't use it at all. Yeah, that is...
And yet somehow, against all odds, the Prado made it the long distance back home. I guess that's just Toyota power for you.
Alright, we are off to the next campsite. Hopefully it's as chill as this one. He reckons it is, so let's get going.
One of the biggest problems with the bridle track is there are a lot of very thin sections of the road, and traffic does go in both ways. So you often have to be pretty careful, especially when going on these cliff sides when you're passing someone.
Well, Noah's got himself into a bit of strife. Down there, it's pretty steep, so I think we're gonna find somewhere else up there to camp. We can get down there, probably, but I don't know if it's worth the risk, this thing being stock height, so Noah's just trying to get back up now.
Obviously the mighty GU has absolutely no problem tackling most of this track, but mine, I didn't want to risk breaking anything since it was pretty much completely stock.
We're at the second spot. It's actually stunning.
We're low on coolant.
This is gonna spill everywhere. Yep.
It's also the second morning and it is freezing here today. I think it's about like 8 degrees at the moment, so not that cold, but compared to yesterday, a lot colder. It was boiling yesterday, and it's only supposed to be like 18 degrees today total. So we're gonna pack up, we're gonna head to Hills End. We can actually get out the other way that we came in from this track because it seems to be shorter, and apparently Hills End has a great pub.
The journey with this Land Cruiser has been so memorable. The fact that it started abandoned in a farm for 6 years, and now we are hitting some of the coolest tracks in it. The remainder of the bridle track that led up to Hills End was one of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on. That combined with the absolute perfect weather was just insanely beautiful. So we're on the Hills End track. It is one of the most beautiful roads I've ever been on. But these mountains are actually incredible. So we started way down there. Just like that, we've finished the bridle track, start to finish, camped 2 different sites. Honestly amazing, and the end part of today's trip was just absolutely stunning. So thank God the Land Cruiser made it, and let's fucking go.